What a win for Manchester United this evening. Manchester United 5, RB Leipzig 0. A quality win for Manchester United. That was fucking awesome for Manchester United in the end, swatting the Germans aside. This is not against a muppet. This is against a fucking good German team. They were top of the league to only a week or so ago in the German league. They knocked out Tottenham, as we saw last season in this competition. They went far. They've got some really good players. They're a top side, and we've managed to beat this team 5-0. And I have criticised Solskjaer in the last couple of games of this team selection and that, because I wasn't too convinced in the games against Newcastle, even a bit against PSG as well, and certainly the game against Chelsea. But two of them games we come up and got the results, so I couldn't argue with that. And this evening I was more happy with the starting lineup, to be honest. The back four I was pretty pleased with. Midfield, obviously bringing Paul Pogba back in with Fred, and then Matic coming in as well, and Donny van der Beek coming in with Marcus Rashford being rested, Anthony Martial and Mason Greenwood up front. And obviously Mason Greenwood got the game rolling with a fine strike, which there was a bit controversy over whether it was offside, but who gives a fuck. We got the breakthrough and was really pleased. He hasn't seen a lot of football lately and only lasted around 60 minutes of this game, but it was a fair old strike, and that, I mean, he has to start for Manchester United. This is a more, I mean, you look on that team sheet tonight and you see a lot more names that potentially could score for Manchester United in this game. And the weekend, that was what I was pissed off about. You're starting with Mata, James and Greenwood up front, and then you've got McTominay and Fred in there who are not going to score you goals. So you were looking at only really Rashford and Bruno Fernandes to score you goals against Chelsea from that starting lineup. It was a bit safe for me, to be honest. And this game, you're looking at a better lineup. You've got Pogba in there who can create chances. You created the first goal, can also score goals. You've obviously got Donny van der Beek, who we know can score goals. You've got obviously Martial, who can score goals, and Mason Greenwood. So it was a lot more attacking lineup to start with. We didn't go all guns blazing in that first half, but I've got to be fair, I think Fred was decent, and I've given Fred a lot of shit over the last year or so, and I thought he just isn't good enough for Manchester United. But maybe he's starting to come into his own. Maybe he's becoming more of a regular this last few months, and that's a good thing, because I don't want to be proved right. I don't want to be proved that I thought Fred was a muppet. I want to be proven wrong. I want Fred to go and have a great Manchester United career. Obviously I do, but I just wasn't sure that he was good enough. But tonight I thought he was great. Pogba I thought was decent. And obviously then second half, obviously we've made changes in that second half. We brought on Marcus Rashford and we brought on Bruno Fernandes as well, and the goals have fucking flown in. Obviously Greenwood's been out a while, but it was still on a knife edge this game. And I personally think that Greenwood's our best finisher at Manchester United, but at this moment fucking Rashford is on fire and he's getting better and better. I never, to be honest, saw Marcus Rashford as being a regular goal scorer for Manchester United, but 3 goals this evening. His first hat-trick is fantastic for Manchester United in the Champions League as well. And obviously Martial getting himself a goal as well. I've seen Cavani come on as well, but didn't get a goal. But who gives a fuck? I mean, Martial's taken the penalty, so we didn't see a Bruno Fernandes penalty. That was the only shocker really from the game. It was Anthony Martial penalty, but it's got that monkey off his back as well, because he's been shit this season. And I don't want Martial to be shit either. I want everyone to start, the goals to start flowing. Obviously Martial is banned for the weekend's game, so that's probably why he took Greenwood off, because we don't want anything to happen to Greenwood for that game at the weekend. But you can't dismiss a 5-0 win in the Champions League at home against a German opposition. That is the dog's bollocks. And I think, although I did criticise Solskjaer a bit for the as I say, it's them games against Newcastle and PSG and against Chelsea, the team selection, even though we won 2 out of them 3 and they were good wins, I did criticise it. But still, you've got to put some respect on this geezer's name a bit after some of these fine performances Manchester United have shown. I mean, so many times he's been called a PE teacher, he's been called fucking the shittest manager in the league. He's been called every fucking thing under the sun by some Manchester United fans, but mostly from fucking other clubs, from teams that have got that support wank teams. And it's just, I don't know why he gets so much hate, to be honest, because he is nowhere is he the worst manager in the Premier League. I don't believe that. I think Manchester United have definitely improved under Solskjaer. And even if Solskjaer's not the man to take Manchester United back to the top of English football and European football, he has definitely made an imprint, a good footprint on this Manchester United team. We've got some decent players come to Manchester United, and players have definitely improved. The likes of Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood have definitely improved under this guy. And how many goals can Marcus Rashford score this season? He's got quite a few already this season. I'm not too sure how many that is now. Hit, what was it, 22, 23 last year. Can he hit the 30 goal barrier this season? Because that would be great for Marcus Rashford. He's no longer taking penalties either, so he did take a few penalties last season and did have an injury last season, but that would be nice to see Marcus Rashford hit the 25. If he could even hit 25 goals this season, it would be a much better improvement on last season, because Manchester United are playing in the Champions League, supposed to the Europa League, and the Champions League teams are definitely harder. Anyway, get in there, my son. Manchester United have won this game 5-0. Hopefully now, I think we've got a double header against Istanbul, whatever you call them, in the next 2 games, which is great for Manchester United because it probably is the weakest team in the group. But we will see. We know what Manchester United are like. We've fucked up against a lot of fucking shit sides over recent months and times, and we tend to beat the better teams. But if we could beat Istanbul in that double header, Manchester United, then we will be through to the next round of the Champions League, and we could start resting players. It was a shame that we didn't see Teden Menga get on later on in the game. Obviously he brought an Axel Tuanzebe. He does need minutes, because he's probably going to have to feature in the next few weeks, so I can see that a bit, but it would have still, and so does Cavani need to get minutes, so I can understand it a bit. But it would be nice to see Teden Menga get some minutes over the next few games. If Manchester United can qualify for the knockout stage with a couple of games to spare, that would be great to see Teden Menga get some run out, because obviously it's noted that Phil Jones will probably never play for Manchester United again. The likelihood of Rojo playing for Manchester United again is very, very bleak. So Teden Menga getting some minutes would be great, because Manchester United may well need him come knockout stage, when games come thick and fast and injuries start to catch up the squad. But we've got a big squad. It's nice to have seen Donny van der Beek get a game tonight, because he hasn't got a lot of football lately. The squad is a big squad for Manchester United. We do still need some key areas sorted out, but this was a big win for Manchester United tonight. No mistake about it. Whatever you think, it's not the top team, and you're obviously not the Bayern Munich or someone like that we've just rolled over. And the scoreline of 5-0 probably does flatter Manchester United, but still, it's a very, very good win. And let me know your thoughts on that. We'll have to give Marcus Rashford man of the match, because he scored a hat-trick. But I would have before that given Mason Greenwood it for his strike. But you know, things change. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit the share button, and come on United.